Today we're riding across Presque Isle Bay, just off the shores of Erie, Pennsylvania. Presque Isle Bay is where Oliver Hazard Perry assembled his fleet of ships before defeating the British in the Battle of Lake Erie. 19th century naval warfare history and bicycle rides don't usually go hand in hand, but we've had an excellent year for activities on the ice. Punxsutawney Phil predicted 6 more weeks of winter, while Buckeye Chuck has predicted an early spring. Despite not having consensus among groundhogs, one thing we can all agree on is that it's been a consistently cold winter, which has resulted in the best ice conditions on Lake Erie in the past 30 years. This has renewed interest in travel on the ice across Lake Erie, and Dave Volker's historic crossing into Canada on foot in 1978 is often mentioned. Although completed crossings by modern-day adventurers like Volker are amazing achievements, the idea itself is an old idea, going back to at least the American Civil War. West of here in Sandusky Bay sits Johnson Island, which was a Confederate prisoner of war camp during the American Civil War. It is well documented that there were planned and attempted escapes by Confederate prisoners trying to walk across the Lake Erie ice to freedom in Canada. It's unknown how many of these attempts were successful. Conditions are difficult on the bay to pedal across today with the deep wind-blown snow. In the parking area, I was talking with a local kite snowboarder who had mentioned that this year's snow cover on the bay is the deepest snow that they've had in years on the bay. But despite all that, we're still able to trudge on, find decent routes, and make it all the way across Presque Isle Bay. As you can see our route here, we're going to be starting on the land side here on Erie, PA, down by the boat ramp here. It's a popular area for ice fishermen to access the water, and there's plenty of parking on this side. So we're going to cut across the bay, pick up on Fisher Drive here, and then ride out to the Perry Monument, and then back across the bay, which is about a 5.62 mile round trip. Made it across Presque Isle Bay, made it to the other side. It was pretty hard going, not a lot of bare ice, a lot of really deep snow, but we made it to the other side, made it to shore, so let's check it out. Oh, there we go.
time again, we've met the enemy and they are ours. Up here next to the American flag, you see the flag that says "Don't give up the ship." That was actually Oliver Hazard Perry's personal battle flag. And when his initial ship in the Battle of Lake Erie was nearly destroyed, the USS Lawrence, he left in a rowboat to head over to the USS Niagara. He boarded that and raised his own personal battle flag and kept fighting. I believe from there is another 15 minutes. The British were defeated. Where is left remaining had surrendered. We're done. Thanks. Actually, I read online, this is the most visited park in the state of Pennsylvania. It is seem to be getting a lot of traffic for the winter time, but I imagine it's a beautiful park, but I imagine in the summertime it's even busier. We got the beach and the lake.